Happy Juneteenth, everyone, also officially known as Emancipation Day. Today marks the first officially recognized Juneteenth under federal law of the United States, thanks to laws signed in by President Joe Biden. Sorry if this feels like a low-effort upload. I'm really pressed for time and don't have anything super cool planned. Anyways, I thought it would be a good idea to go over the history of Juneteenth and why it's so important. So let's begin. Alright, hello everyone, this is the official Juneteenth page from the History.com, and I'm going to use History.com because it's a reliable source. Now I'm going to warn you, doing your own research, there are a lot of people, and especially sites like Reddit and other forums, there are a lot of people who are bad actors and will lie to you about history and try to manipulate facts in order to push a political agenda. But History.com is usually, almost certainly, always factual with its history. We're going to take a full read of this. What is Juneteenth? Juneteenth commemorates the effective end of slavery in the United States. Juneteenth, short for June 19th, marks the day when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas in 1865 to take control of the state and ensure that all enslaved people be freed. The troops' arrival came a full 2 months and a half years after signing the Emancipation Proclamation. Juneteenth honors the end of slavery in the United States and is considered the longest-running African-American holiday. On June 17, 2021, it became officially recognized as a federal holiday. Confederate General Robert E. Lee had surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse 2 months earlier in Virginia, but slavery had remained relatively unaffected in Texas until U.S. General Gordon Granger stood in Texas soil and read General Orders No. 3. The people of Texas are informed that, in accordance with the proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. They have some pictures here, which I'm not going to go over. I'm just going to stick with the story. The Emancipation Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, and established that all enslaved people in the Confederate States in rebellion against the Union shall then be thenceforth and forever free. But in reality, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't instantly free any enslaved people. The proclamation only applied to places under Confederate control and not to slaveholding border states or rebel areas already under Union control. However, as Northern troops advanced into Confederate South, many enslaved people fled behind Union lines. Juneteenth and slavery in Texas. In Texas, slavery had continued as the state experienced no large-scale fighting or significant presence of Union troops. Many enslavers from outside the Lone Star State had moved there as they viewed it a safe haven from slavery. After the war came to a close in the spring of 1865, General Granger's arrival in Galveston that June signaled freedom for Texas to 250,000 enslaved people. Although emancipation didn't happen overnight for everyone, in some cases, enslavers withheld the information until after harvest season. Celebration broke out among newly freed black people, and Juneteenth was born. That December, slavery in America was formally abolished with the adoption of the 13th Amendment. The year following 1865, freedmen in Texas organized the first of what became the annual celebration Jubilee Day. On June 19th, in the ensuing decades, Juneteenth featured music, barbecues, prayer services, and other activities. And as black people migrated from Texas to other parts of the country, the Juneteenth tradition spread. In 1979, Texas became the first state to make Juneteenth an official holiday. Several others followed suit over the years. In June 2021, Congress passed a resolution establishing Juneteenth as a national holiday. President Biden signed it into law on June 17, 2021. And we can't watch the video because I have ad blocker. But that's pretty much the entire story. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Happy Juneteenth!